Alright, what's going on, guys? Today I'll be breaking down the MLB slate for Tuesday, April 11th. We've got 10 games on today's Tuesday main slate. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so starting off with pitcher, some pitchers that I'm going to be looking at for today. For SP1s, I'm definitely going to be targeting Cole Hamels today at 10K. I really like this matchup. Pitching against the Angels, they are not a good hitting team. And playing in LA, I really like this ballpark. This ballpark does favor pitchers. Although Hamels didn't really look that sharp against his first game against Cleveland, he only put up 11 DraftKings points. That was a really bad matchup. The Indians are a very good hitting team, and today he gets a much better matchup against the Angels. They do not hit the ball well. Although the Angels don't really strike out a lot, they're not really a team that's going to score a lot of runs. So I really like Cole Hamels today, especially for cash games. I think he's going to be the cash game pitcher that you want today. Even at 10K, I really like that price tag, especially for this matchup. If I'm going to pay up for pitcher today, Cole Hamels is going to be the guy I target on this slate. Another SP1 that I like, you can maybe classify him as an SP2, and that's Jameson Taillon pitching at home against the Reds. Taillon is one of the best prospects. If you watched him last year, he did struggle at times, but there was some times last year where he looked like he was a really good pitcher. He had his stuff under control, and he has already got off to a good start this year. In his first game against the Red Sox, he pitched 7 innings against the Red Sox, had 6 strikeouts, and he shut them out in those 7 innings, only allowed 5 hits and 3 walks. I really like Taillon today pitching at home. The Reds are not a good hitting team. And PNC Park does favor pitchers. Not very many home runs are hit there. That is a pitcher's park. I really like Taillon today. I definitely think he has a very good chance to get a win and get you those 4 extra DraftKings points. So if you're looking for an SP1, maybe an SP2, depending on if you play Hamels today, I really like Jameson Taillon. I think you can play him even at 8,400. Given this matchup against the Reds, I really like it. They do strike out a lot as well, so I really like Taillon. He has a ton of strikeout upside. Like him for tournaments, and I think he's pretty safe for cash games as well. So he's going to be a guy I target if I'm looking to pay down from the top. Another guy I like for 100 less is Matt Harvey pitching against the Phillies. I don't know if I'm going to be targeting Matt Harvey today, though, on DraftKings where he's just 100 less than Taillon. I think I would rather have Taillon for 100 more, but if you don't want to take Taillon, you can definitely look at Matt Harvey. He did look pretty solid in his first game against the Braves. He had 21 DraftKings points. He pitched 6 2/3 innings, only allowed two runs, but he only had 4 strikeouts. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be on Harvey on this slate. Not on DraftKings. I would probably just take Taillon over him for 100 more, but this is a really good matchup. The Phillies aren't a good hitting team, and they do strike out a lot as well. But Matt Harvey doesn't really have much strikeout upside, so I don't think I'm going to be on him. But I do really like this matchup. I definitely think he has a really good chance to get a win. The Phillies aren't going to be able to put up runs, so you can target Matt Harvey, but I'll probably just take Taillon for 100 more if you're going to attack that price range. And then for a little bit cheaper, another pitcher I like today is J.A. Happ pitching at home against the Brewers. You all know the Brewers are not a good hitting team, and they're not a team that's going to usually put up runs, so I really like Happ today. Even at 8K, I definitely think he's worth that price tag given the matchup. In his first game out against Baltimore, he did pitch pretty good, had 25 DraftKings points. He could definitely repeat that stat line today. I really like Happ for tournaments. He has a really good strikeout upside, especially going up against Milwaukee. They do strike out a lot. In Happ's first game against Baltimore, he did have 9 strikeouts. And like I already said, Milwaukee strikes out a lot. I could definitely see Happ getting close to 10 strikeouts today. And although the Blue Jays ballpark does favor hitters, I still love Happ today. I think he has a really good chance to get a win and get you those 4 extra DraftKings points. So if you're looking for an SP2 for DraftKings, I really like him as well at just 8K. He's definitely going to be a pitcher that I target today. And yeah, those are some of the pitchers that I'm looking at today. If I'm going to pay up, I'm going to look towards Cole Hamels today. I like Jameson Taillon at 8,400. I like Matt Harvey today. And I like J.A. Happ. Those are going to be the pitchers that I look at. And yeah, let's go ahead and move on to catcher. Alright, so some value catchers that I like today. One guy I like at just 3,500 is JT Realmuto going up against Bartolo Colon. Realmuto has been on an absolute tear lately. Realmuto has put up over 20 DraftKings points in 3 in his last 4 games. In his last 4, he's put up 23, 26, 20, and 3 DraftKings points. His price is really starting to increase, though, up to 3,500. But with the way Realmuto has been playing, I really like him today. And going up against Colon, I definitely think he can do well today. If you believe in BVP, then you might want to target Realmuto. In 21 at-bats against Bartolo Colon, Realmuto has had 9 hits, which has resulted in a .429 average. So he has hit Bartolo pretty well in his career. And with the way Real Muto's been playing, I really like him today. If you need some value at catcher, I think you can target him today at just 3,500. Another value play I like at 3,100 is Tony Walters playing at home in Coors Field. Like I already mentioned yesterday, anytime you get two bad pitchers pitching in Coors, you're going to want to stack, and you're going to have two bad pitchers going today. So I really like Walters if you need some cheap exposure to that game. Just 3,100, he's going to be a guy I look at going up against Jared Weaver. Weaver is a terrible pitcher. I don't even know how he's still in the league. And Walters will also be getting a platoon split against Weaver. Weaver does throw right-handed, and Walters is a lefty, so he should be back, or he should be in the starting lineup today. And playing at home, you know, Coors Field, the ball just flies in Coors Field. If you're going to need some value at catcher, I really like Tony Walters today at just 3,100. He is definitely going to be a guy I target. Since the Padres are going to be putting Weaver on the mound, Tony Walters should be in the starting lineup since they platoon him. So I like him. If you need some value, you can target him at just 3,100. That is way too cheap for him since he's playing at home in Coors. And there is one more value play I like for 2,800, and that's Nick Hundley playing at home against Robbie Ray. Buster Posey did take a pitch to the head yesterday, so he might be out for this game. So that means Nick Hundley will most likely get the start. And going up against Robbie Ray, Hundley will get the platoon split since Hundley does bat right-handed and Robbie Ray is a lefty. Although playing at home doesn't really help Hundley, the Giants ballpark really does favor pitchers. I still like him today at just 2,800. He is a pretty solid hitter. When he gets the opportunity, he will definitely produce. And if Buster Posey is not going to be in the lineup today, then you can definitely target Nick Hundley. Although Robbie Ray does pitch well at times, he will struggle. He will give up home runs. So I do like Nick Hundley today. He does have a little bit of power. He could definitely take Robbie Ray deep. So if you need another catcher value play, I like him at just 2,800. If Buster Posey isn't in the lineup today, then Hundley should get the start. And yeah, those are some value catchers that I like today. Let's go ahead and move on to first base. Alright, so some first basemen that I like today. There are two guys that are standing out to me as just being too cheap. And one of them is Freddie Freeman going up against Dan Straley. Straley has already got rocked this year by the Nationals. And even going up against the Braves, I think Straley is going to struggle again today. He is not a good pitcher. I really love Freddie Freeman today. I mentioned him in my video a couple days, and he went off for 43 DraftKings points, had 2 home runs. So I hope you guys played him that day when I did mention him as a value. And I like him again today at 4,400. I know 4,400 really isn't much value, but for Freddie Freeman, I consider that value for him. He should be close to 5K. So that price, you're getting a discount on him on that price tag. And going up against Dan Straley, Freeman will be getting the platoon split. I really like him today. I think he can definitely take Dan Straley deep. Straley will struggle. He will give up home runs. I really like Freddie Freeman today if you're looking for some first base value. Another guy I like that's way too cheap is Paul Goldschmidt at just 4,200. Now, I know playing in AT&T Park isn't really much of a good hitter's park. That park does favor pitchers. But I'm strictly going to be looking at Goldschmidt today just from his price. Goldschmidt is way too cheap at just 4,200. His price should be over 5K. He is a way better hitter than just 4,200. In Goldschmidt's last 4 games, he's put up 19, 17, 12, and 8 DraftKings points. Goldschmidt's just one of the best hitters in the league. He is way too cheap. And going up against Jeff Samardzija today, Samardzija is a solid pitcher, but he will struggle at times. I love Paul Goldschmidt today, especially on DraftKings. At just 4,200, that is way too cheap for him. So if you need some more value at first base, you can target him with his cheap price tag. And then one more value play I like today is Ryan Zimmerman going up against Lance Lynn. Zimmerman has been absolutely killing it lately. He's been really consistent. In Zimmerman's last 4 games, he's put up 19, 3, 2, and 18 DraftKings points. Zimmerman is just still way too cheap at 3,400 with the way he's been playing. He's already shown off his home run upside this year. I'm pretty sure he's went deep already 3 times this year. Yeah, he's already hit 3 home runs this year. So I really like him today going up against Lynn. Lynn will give up home runs. He is not that good of a pitcher. So another first base value play I like today is Ryan Zimmerman. You can definitely target him at just 3,400 with the way he's been playing. I really like that cheap price tag for him. He's still way too cheap. He should be a lot more expensive than that. And yeah, those are some first baseman value plays that I like today. Let's go and move on to second base. Alright, so some second baseman value plays that I like today. I really like Abdul Herrera at just 3,900. Go up against Matt Harvey. I know Matt Harvey is a solid pitcher, but I really like Herrera today, getting the platoon split advantage, going up against the righty. Although Harvey is solid, he will struggle at times. And Herrera is just too cheap at 3,900. He's been really consistent lately. In his last 4 games, he's put up 12, 10, 11, and 3 DraftKings points. His price is still way too cheap in my opinion at 3,900. And given this platoon split advantage against Harvey, I could definitely see Herrera doing pretty well today. He does have really good upside. If he gets on base, he will steal bases, so I really like Abdul Herrera today. If you're not going to play Matt Harvey, then you can definitely target him. I could see him doing well today against Harvey. Another value play I like at just 3,300 is Howie Kendrick in that same game going up against Matt Harvey. Kendrick has just been on an absolute tear lately with the Phillies. On his last 4 games, he put up 2, 8, 31, and 9 DraftKings points. And I'm pretty sure right now, as I'm recording this video, he's having another solid game today. And I also really like him today going up against Matt Harvey. I know Harvey is a solid pitcher, but like I said, he will struggle at times. So I definitely like Howie Kendrick today at just 3,300. With the way he's been playing, he's just really hot right now. You can definitely target him with that cheap price tag. He should be a lot more expensive than that. So I really like Howie Kendrick as well. If you need some value at second base, you can definitely target him at just 3,300. And another value play I like today is Adam Frazier at just 3K going up against rookie Davis. Davis is not a good pitcher, and Adam Frazier is also going to be getting the platoon split going up against the righty. And whenever an opponent puts a righty on the mound, the Pirates will usually let Frazier lead off, so he should be leading off today, which means he should get at least 4, maybe 5 at-bats. And that's always a plus. Anytime you get a cheap value guy getting close to 4 to 5 at-bats, you're definitely going to want to target him. And I like his price at just 3K. Like I said, that's too cheap for a guy leading off. And he is a pretty solid hitter. He is batting .353 this year. And going up against rookie Davis, I could definitely see Frazier doing well today. Like I already said, rookie Davis is not a good pitcher, so I really like Adam Frazier as well. If you need some value at second base, you can definitely target him at just 3K. Since the Reds are going to be putting a righty on the mound, Frazier should be in the lineup, and he should be leading off, so I really like him for second base value. And yeah, those are some value plays that I like at second base today. Let's go and move on to third base. Alright, for third baseman value today, one guy I really like is Alex Bregman at just 3,700 going up against Ariel Miranda. Miranda is not a good pitcher. He really struggles against righties. And since Bregman is a righty, he will get the platoon split advantage against the lefty and Miranda. I really like Bregman today. If you need some value at third base, you can definitely target him at just 3,700. He hadn't been that solid this year. His last 4 games put up 0, 5, 3, and 0 DraftKings points, so he has been pretty inconsistent lately. But I really like him to bounce back today. I definitely think the Astros are going to be able to put up some runs today. I really like getting a little mini stack of them. Maybe stacking Altuve, Correa, Bregman, getting a 3-man stack. I think all of them are going to do well today against Miranda. He really struggles against righties, so I really like Alex Bregman. He does have pretty good upside. He will steal bases, and he can hit the ball pretty well, so I really like him. If you need some value at third base, you can target him at just 3,700. I really like a lot of the Astros righties today. I think they're going to do very well. Another value play I like for 100 less is Eduardo Nunez going up against Robbie Ray. I really like this matchup for Nunez going up against the lefty and Ray. Nunez will be getting the platoon split, and Robbie Ray will struggle at times. He will give up his fair share of home runs, so I really like Nunez. I don't like him playing at home in AT&T Park. That ballpark does favor pitchers, but Nunez is just way too cheap for this matchup. On his last 4 games, he's put up 2, 3, 5, and 7 DraftKings points. I still think he's way too cheap. He hadn't been that consistent lately, but he's still too cheap at 3,600. And you all know Nunez has pretty good upside. He will steal bases. He's already stolen 4 bases this year. So if Nunez gets walked, he'll steal a base or 2 and pay off his value just like that. So I really like him. If you need some value, you can target him at just 3,600. I can definitely see him doing well today against Robbie Ray. And one more value play I like in that same game is Jake Lamb at just 3,300 going up against Jeff Samardzija. Lamb's price tag is catching me as just being too cheap. In his last 4 games, Lamb's price tag was 4,100, 4,200, 4K, and 3,600. So you're getting a really big discount on him at just 3,300. And Lamb has also been really consistent lately. In his last 4 games, he's put up 20, 12, 9, and 5 DraftKings points. So you can definitely target Jake Lamb with that discount. I know playing at AT&T Park is a big downgrade in parks for the Diamondbacks, but I still like him today. Going up against Jeff Samardzija, Lamb will be getting the platoon split advantage. He does hit righties really well, and Samardzija will struggle, so I like Jake Lamb today. If you need some more third base value, you can target him at that cheap price tag of 3,300. And yeah, those are some third basemen that I like today for value. Let's go and move on to shortstop. Alright, some shortstop value that I like today. I really like Aledmys Diaz at just 4K. I know 4K isn't really much value, but for Aledmys Diaz, that is considered value. He should be way more expensive than that. And Diaz's last 4 games put up 12, 0, 37, and 3 DraftKings points. So he does have really good upside. And going up against Gio Gonzalez, I definitely like this matchup. Gonzalez is a lefty, so Diaz will be getting the platoon split advantage. I definitely think you can target him at just 4K. Like I already said, that price is way too cheap for him. And Diaz does have really good upside already. Like I already showed you in his game on April 8th, he had 37 DraftKings points. He has a lot of power. He does have speed as well. He's already stole 2 bases this year. So you can definitely target Aledmys Diaz today. You need some shortstop value. I like his price at just 4K. I think you can target him. Also like Troy Tulowitzki for 100 less, going up against Willie Peralta. If you believe in BVP, then you might want to target Tulo today. In 13 at-bats against Peralta, not much of a sample size, but still in 13 at-bats, Tulo has had 4 hits, which has resulted in a 308 average, which is pretty solid. So Tulo's seen Peralta pretty well today, or pretty well in his career. I definitely think you can target Tulo today, especially playing at home. The Blue Jays Park does favor hitters. A lot of home runs are hit there, so you can definitely target Tulo, especially just 3,900. I still think that price tag is way too cheap for him. He has been a little inconsistent, though. In his last 4 games, put up 0, had a really good game, put up 27, and then 5 and 2 DraftKings points. But he does have good upside. He does have pretty good power. I could definitely see him taking Peralta deep today. Peralta is not a good pitcher, although he did look good in his first time out. Don't buy into that. Peralta is not a good pitcher. He will struggle today against the Blue Jays. So I really like Tulo at just 3,900. You need some shortstop value. You can also target him. And then one more value play I like for 100 less is Asdrubal Cabrera going up against Clay Buchholz. Buchholz is also a very bad pitcher. He will struggle today. And I really like Cabrera batting from his left side today. He does bat a lot better from his left side, and he will be doing that today going up against the righty. So you can definitely target him at just 3,800. He has been a little inconsistent lately, though. In his last 4 games, put up 5, 5, 3, and 5 DraftKings points. He has been a little inconsistent, but he's been producing. He hasn't really been putting up any zeros, which is something you want for cash games. So you can target him at just 3,800. I really like this matchup against Clay Buchholz. Buchholz is not a good pitcher. And also for BVP, Cabrera has hit pretty well against Buchholz. 14 at-bats, he's had 6 hits. He's homered twice, batted .429. So if you believe in BVP, you can definitely target Asdrubal Cabrera. He has seen Clay Buchholz well in his career, so I like him as well. If you need some shortstop value, you can target him at just 3,800. Like I already mentioned, I do like Eduardo Nunez today. I mentioned him at third base. You can also play him at shortstop as well. He's another value play I like. And yeah, those are some shortstops that I like for value today. Let's go and move on to outfield. Alright, for outfield value, I really like Gerardo Parra today at just 4,100, playing at home in Coors Field. And going up against Jared Weaver, I really like Parra today, getting the platoon split advantage. Weaver is a terrible pitcher, like I already mentioned. You're definitely going to want to stack the Rockies today. You're going to want to try and fit Cargo, Charlie Blackmon, Nolan Arenado. You're going to want to get all of them in your lineups. I think the Rockies are going to score a lot of runs. So that's why I'm going to try and give you some value. And I definitely think for value, you can target Gerardo Parra just 4,100. That price tag is way too cheap for him, playing in Coors Field and getting the platoon split advantage as well. I definitely like Parra today to hit a home run against Weaver. Weaver gives up a ton of hard contact, and playing in Coors Field is always an advantage. It's the best hitter's park, so if you need some value, I love Gerardo Parra today at just 4,100. I'm going to probably be locking him in on DraftKings at that cheap price tag. Another value play I like at just 3,700 is Billy Hamilton going up against Jameson Taillon. I know Taillon is a solid pitcher, but Hamilton is just way too cheap at 3,700. In his last 4 games, he put up 7, 6, 13, and 7 DraftKings points, so he's been really consistent. And you all know Hamilton's the fastest player in the league. He's already shown off his speed this year. He's already had 2 stolen bases this year, and I believe as I'm recording this video, he already has 2 tonight. So he's got 4 stolen bases on the year. I could definitely see him getting on base today and stealing a couple bases off of Taillon. So if you need some more value at outfield, I love Billy Hamilton today at just 3,700. All he has to do is get walked and steal a couple bases, and he'll return value. So I love him today, especially on DraftKings. You get 5 points for a stolen base on DraftKings, which is really good. So Billy Hamilton, really like him at just 3,700. I definitely think you can play him with that cheap price tag. And then there are 2 guys at 3,400 that I really like today. Starting off, I really like Mitch Haniger going up against Joe Musgrove. Musgrove has already shown he will get rocked this year. He has struggled so far. And I love Haniger at his cheap price tag at just 3,400. He's been really killing it lately. Haniger's last 4 games put up 21, 5, 16, and 18 DraftKings points. So he's been on an absolute tear. And he is still way too cheap at just 3,400 with the way he's been playing. Haniger also does bat towards the top of the order, which is always a plus. He should get 4, maybe even 5 at-bats today against Musgrove. And he could definitely do well. Musgrove will struggle at times. So I really like Mitch Haniger today at just 3,400 as well. If you need some value, you can definitely target him with that cheap price. And then another guy that's catching my eyes just being way too cheap is A.J. Pollock at just 3,400. Pollock is dirt cheap today on DraftKings. His price should be over 5K. DraftKings has definitely got a mistake here. I know this isn't a great ballpark, and Pollock has been a little inconsistent lately, but I still love him today with that cheap price tag. He definitely could go off today against Samardzija. Samardzija is not a good pitcher, and even playing in AT&T Park, you can still target Pollock today. He is just way too cheap, especially on DraftKings. 3,400 is a dirt cheap for him. He is a great value play today on DraftKings. I'm probably going to be locking him in today. Even playing in AT&T Park, I still love Pollock today at that cheap price tag. Going up against Jeff Samardzija, Samardzija will struggle. So if you need some value, also really like AJ Pollock today, especially on DraftKings. That $3,400 price tag is really intriguing. He is just way too cheap. And yeah, those are some cheap value plays I like at Outfield today. Go ahead and give you guys some of my favorite plays tonight. Alright guys, so this is half of my lineup filled out with some of my favorite value hitters along with my favorite pitcher for tonight. If you want to get the other half of my lineup before lock, then follow me on Twitter at the DFS_go and send me a message on Twitter and I will get you a lineup. Even if you play on FanDuel, I give out lineups for that site as well. So if you play on DraftKings or FanDuel, you can get my lineups. They're $5 a day, or you can get a week of lineups for $25. So if you are interested in that, then like I said, follow me on Twitter. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Please be sure to like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed. If this is your first time on my channel, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. I do upload these videos every single day, so I would appreciate it if you would subscribe. And if you never want to miss out on any of my videos, then click the bell icon next to my YouTube name. And what that'll do is that'll cut on post notifications, so that'll notify you every time I upload. So if you never want to miss out on a video, please be sure to do that. I would appreciate it. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Good luck tonight, guys. Peace.
Send me your location, let's ride the vibrations. I don't need nothing else but you. At times I wonder why I fool with you, but this is new to me. This is new to you initially.